The floorboards of our shack were cold even in summer. I learned to count not with blocks, but by sorting the rusted nails my father hammered straight to use again. Our legacy wasn't one of heirlooms or land, but of calloused hands and resigned sighs. The story of our family was written in debt and desperation, a tale passed down through generations like a stubborn cough. I decided, young, to write a new one. My first job was at 12, scrubbing grease from old car parts behind a mechanic's shop. The pay was in coins, but the reward was the feeling of agency. In high school, while friends lingered after class, I clocked in at a grocery store, the fluorescent lights a poor substitute for the sun I missed. The fatigue was a heavy coat I wore always, but beneath it, a fire was lit. I saw education as my pry bar. I studied while the city slept, my textbooks propped against a stack of laundry. Every exam passed, every certificate earned, was another brick in a foundation I was building over the quicksand of my ancestry. The path wasn't straight. There were layoffs, setbacks, and moments of sheer despair where the old narrative whispered that I was a fool for trying to escape it. But I'd inherited more than just poverty from my lineage. I'd inherited a stubbornness, a grit that I chose to polish into perseverance. Years later, I stood in a different kind of cold, the clean, air-conditioned chill of a university hall. My own child, dressed in a crisp cap and gown, was accepting a degree I could never have afforded. As they smiled at me, their future was not a question of if, but of how far. I had not just built a career or bought a house. I had rewritten the story. The chapter of poverty was closed, not with resentment, but with reverence for the struggle. The new lineage, the one I now pass down, is not one of wealth, but of worth. It is a story that begins not with what we lack, but with what we dare to achieve. The chain was broken. The narrative at last was changed.